Uh-oh, Jonathan, you are frozen. Oh,
Nope.
I think
Recording
we're
is started. Stream is started.
all right.
And now I
Well,
am.
here we go.
All right. Can we hear me out there in TV land? I hope so.
I
Good.
can hear you fine, Jonathan.
Excellent. I think we've got our opening gremlins out of the way. So, brothers, welcome to a special midday edition of the 2025 Days of Giving live stream. I'm your host, Jonathan Chaffin, Director of Engagement for the SIU Foundation. Still not used to the new title, Tom. Sorry. We've been enjoying the marathon that is the Days of Giving. We're in our final day. We're down to our last 11 and a half hours. I actually see some Instagram notes coming through. I'm here with Executive Director Tom Fox. Many of you know him. We were just going to talk a little bit about Days of Giving and how it's going. I noticed that the ADA are on a tear and have stormed their way to the top of the ranks right now. A lot of good energy, a lot of motion today, which is exciting. I know people are calling. We've got a bunch of captains who are out helping, which is very exciting. Tom, why don't you tell the folks what you've been up to?
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Well, besides rallying the troops and trying to get people to donate this past weekend, I've been able to put some of that wonderful grant money that the foundation gives us to use. I was able to go out to the Omicron chapter at the University of Illinois last night and do a history presentation about Psi Upsilon and the chapter and where it comes from. It's always a favorite thing. And I've been able to do this for a number of chapters, sometimes in person, sometimes via Zoom. Earlier this semester, I know I had a similar presentation for the Sigma Phi at St. Francis, the Beta Beta at Trinity College, and the Phi Nu over at Christopher Newport University. So we love doing presentations and sharing our history as much as possible. And thanks to things like the Days of Giving, we're able to do that for our chapters. I've been keeping busy. How about yourself, brother?
I mean, I'm excited. You know, this is gamesmanship at its finest. I enjoy it. I'm excited to see we've got some proud ADAs and some Epi news out there in TV land.
Good to see you. How are the standings going? You mentioned the ADAs in first place. Where are we at?
Why don't we go through a nice top 10? Should we?
Sounds good.
We got all right. So just now, and this is live, so it's not pretty, but we got the ADA in first, followed by the Tau with the at 33 donors with the Gamma Tau. We've got the Omicron about to cross 30 with 28. Thanks to some gifts you secured for us last night. We got the Psi at 23. So that's the fourth slot, the bold Psi from Hamilton.
Yep.
After that, we've got the Omega in the mid-teens. They just literally had a gift, so they're moving up right now. The Delta Omicron and the Gamma are tied at 12 right now.
Snaps to a new chapter are stepping up big time during the Days of Giving. You love to see that.
Absolutely, you do. Candace Huddock is their captain, and she's doing an excellent job. We got the Gamma right on their heels with 11. So Omega, Delta, Omicron, and Gamma is right there. We got the Pi, and literally we've got a new tie between the Delta, Omicron, and Gamma. Pi right behind them. The Beta Alpha and Theta Theta within 4 of them.
All right.
At this exact minute, 40 donors would take the leader, but I don't think that's where we're going to end up because we've got a long 11 and a half hours to go.
Well, and that's, you're pointing out a couple great things there, Jonathan. Just in case anyone's wondering, why is he saying 11 and a half hours? Well, everyone out on the Pacific time zone understands why, but it's midnight Pacific. So even some of you night owls, we give you that extra time to make a gift. That's the thing is we always see a lot of activity on the last day. So I'm not surprised to hear that leaderboard is flip-flopping right now as we speak. So no, that's great to see.
Yeah, that's actually partly, brothers, why we've made the investment. And Tom and I, we are old dogs of the same generation. We're trying to learn how to do these little short live streams, so you get a little color commentary and a little bit of up to the minute. Because even making the graphics for social, like the standings change so fast.
Absolutely.
We had a little treat for y'all today. I'm gonna step to the side and let Brother Fox introduce some of the other fine fellas that helped make the Saib Salon fraternity work. I know you're all picturing, the us in our huge mansions with the Dragon's Horde, but it's actually a very lean. We steward your money very well and do a very lot, and these are some of the people that help make that very lot happen. So I'm going to step off and add some folks and let Tom introduce them and take it for a minute.
Yeah, we thought we'd take a minute and allow some of our staff members to introduce themselves. So we're going to bring on Keith Willard, our Director of Member Services, and Mia Driscoll, our Chapter Services Coordinator. All right, Keith, Mia, great to have you both here. Well, I'm going to say, and we also have another staff member, Justin Sines, who's also a Chapter Services Coordinator. Sadly, he can't join us today. He's out working and couldn't take a break. But I'll start with you, Mia. If you could introduce yourself, what chapter you came from and what positions you held before you worked for SIU.
Howdy. My name is Mia Driscoll. I am a Chapter Services Coordinator here at the International Office. I came from the new Delta Omicron chapter. Our installation ceremony was less than a month ago. So I'm very proud of my chapter, which is now an official chapter of Saib Salon. I graduated in winter of 2024, and I'm very happy to be a part of the Saib Salon team.
Great, great. And Mia served as Archon during that time, getting the chapter up to date. And as Jonathan and I were talking about during these days given, your chapter's doing a wonderful job. Brand new chapter just installed, and I believe definitely well into the top 10. And I think you're sniffing right at top 5 right now. So we love to see that. How about yourself, Keith? Introduce yourself to SIU and where you came from and what you do.
Very good. Thanks, Tom. I'm Keith Willard. I'm the Director of Member Services here for Saib Salon in Indianapolis. A little bit about me. I was actually a Lambda Chi at Florida State University and did a few things before I wound up here at the Saib Salon office, which I was just thinking, Tom, is I think Thanksgiving time coming up right around 4 years already. So
you're right.
Time flies when you're having fun. But as the Director of Member Services, I work very closely with the chapters on a lot of their reporting, billing, receivables, college tablets, pledge pins, making sure their, initiation documents and everything are in. So a lot of the kind of the paperwork, administrative things that the chapters have to do, I'm really helping them do that. I'd say another big part of my job is helping to coordinate and execute the Archons Academy in January and also the convention each summer. And I would say, Tom, in the 4 years I've been here, thinking about the things I've really enjoyed is not only working, getting to talk with the leaders of the chapters, but getting out at Archons Academy and getting out to convention and getting to be face to face with, the current leaders of the chapter or future leaders of the chapter, and then at convention, getting to meet all the fine alumni that have, built the foundation for what those leaders are standing on now. So I've really, taken a lot of pride in my work and gotten a lot of joy from, the interactions I've been able to have with both the current and the former members of the fraternity, and glad to be a part of it any way I can.
Absolutely. And thank you for all that. And there's another piece to even talk about during your tenure here. And yeah, you're right. 4 years you came on board right as we were getting back to in-person activities in 2021. But you have helped build out a streamlined process for collecting all this information. Because honestly, that's something we don't think about or talk about enough in the fraternity or foundation, but it is just hard to track all the information. Who joins? Who's an officer? Are they in line with our grades? What's going on in a chapter, and collecting those news and service reports. And you've helped build something out in a project management system called Asana. And the change in being able to collect information in a timely and complete manner before and after is really, I notice a huge difference. And I hear a lot less frustration from our undergraduates. And then Mia, if you could just talk about you, brand new member of the chapter or the team just joined right around convention. I believe you joined staff early July. In your now doing the math, 3-4 months on the job, what have been some of your favorite parts, some favorite stories that you might have?
Yeah, honestly, that's difficult because I've had a lot of fun in this job already. But in the general strokes, I think my favorite part of this job is learning all of the small differences in ritual that the chapters have, learning their inside jokes, which are in and of themselves a kind of ritual. It's just learning more about the chapters and who they are and getting to hear all their fun stories about, oh, here's why I joined Psi Upsilon, or here's when we went to Denny's at 4 a.m, things like that.
And yeah, you'll hear a lot of those stories. And quite frankly, I believe next week you're headed up to the Northeast, and I'm sure our brothers at the Epsilon Iota at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and the Xi chapter at Wesleyan University will continue giving you some of those, we'll put it the local culture of the chapter.
Absolutely.
But all right, great. And we've actually seen some great results with some of the work you've been doing. You've been helping some chapters with their recruitment plans. And I know 2 chapters that you worked with earlier this year saw some of their larger fall classes in some time, the Gamma Tau at Georgia Tech and the Delta at NYU. So great job. It's wonderful to see that work already getting done. But all right, any last shout outs before we kick it back to Jonathan to let us know any changes so far today? They're just looking to get back to work, I think.
No, I tell you what, Tom, like I said, I want to shout out, the like I mentioned earlier, the leaders of the fraternities now, the ones I'm working with. And again, I don't really think you can understate, the foundation that gets laid by the brothers that came before us. It's the same in, my fraternity, but, I'm seeing it firsthand, and the people who are, everybody's got a million things they can make excuses to do, their job, their family, commitments, but, you see a lot of people, certain people showing up all the time and going above and beyond or giving above and beyond with, with their donation dollars that could go anywhere they wanted to, but they put it back into the fraternity. So, I think, when you look at kind of the days of giving and other opportunities, it really, is inspiring and gives a lot of hope for the future, because the ball's going to continue to roll. So I would just shout out everybody who has been involved and stays involved and is dragging people in to become involved. I think that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. When we even looking at who our donors are, who are our coaches and captains to help raise money for the Days of Giving, every year we see a couple new faces, but there's always some folks we can rely on time and time again. And absolutely, like you say, I know it inspires me as well. All right. Looks like Jonathan is back with us.
Yeah. Well, before I go too much further into this stream, I want to take just a minute and call out some of the gifts we've just got. Since we've started, we had a gift from Jeffrey McQueen of the Phi Delta, Mary Washington. Yeah. James Bradley of the TAW. You would never believe the regional differences between TAW and TAO, and how assertive people get about that particular difference.
Oh yeah, if you're in Atlanta, you can say TAW, and if you're in Philadelphia, you better say TAW.
Yes, indeed. We also had a gift from Natalie Gusenhoven of the Gamma Tau. And see, I get stuck halfway between, so I said Gamma Tau, Gamma Tau. Then we had a nice little run of 1833 gifts from the Omicron. A couple of those: Henrik Tatarunas, Nate Martin, John Palmer, Bailey Fulton, Daniel Murphy. We had a gift just a little while back from Jeremy McKeown from the ADA, former executive council president. Steve Slutsky of the Pi. These are all within the last hour, brothers. I mean, this is it's backfield is in motion for sure. Willing Biddle of the IOTA up at Kenyon. So yeah, lots of chapters, lots of names. One of the things I wanted to pay a very, very special thank you to Brother Chip Bralick, Edward Bralick of the ADA. It's 83 or 84. I think it's 83.
I believe.
Chip is our captain of the Days of Giving, and he is doing all the work behind the scenes, managing our captains. We've got the largest number of captains that we've ever had, and he is doing all the work, helping support them as they have questions with the platform, and just. It's wonderful when our brothers can volunteer and when we can help get them all set, and even more wonderful when they start managing still more volunteers.
Yep.
Ada on top, garnet and gold. I see in the comments here. That's wonderful. Very exciting when we manage to get the comments hooked up properly.
Yep. Jonathan and I are still learning the technology here and there, but we're getting better every day.
Well,
something you brought up there before that I also wanted to comment on before I forget, and
sure,
it's that 1833 club. If you're an undergraduate, you can give a donation of if you give a donation of at least $18.33. We're going to send you a nice lapel pin. I do not have one on my desk, but it's got the 1833 Club logo on it. And hey, every gift matters. So don't feel like that kind of gift doesn't make a difference. Trust me, it does. So please, if you're an undergraduate member and you want to be a part of the 1833 Club, feel free to make a gift today.
Wonderful. And it gets you started on those continuous years of giving, which we have brothers that are up in the I think we've got a couple that are up in the high 60s, almost to the 70s right now.
Wow.
Just really impressive. Hold on just a second. I got a group I really would like to thank. I do also thank all of our executive council and board members that do just all kinds of calling and work and thank yous around this event.
And they disappeared, but I think they're still on listening. But I'll just say a quick thank you to Keith, Mia, and Justin, who couldn't be with us today, for all the work they're doing. I really do appreciate it. We get a lot done with a small staff, and the reason that's possible is because we have wonderful people on the team.
Yeah. Actually, that's a wonderful segue for me to mention some of our foundation staff who are not in the office to join us today. But Beth Ann Taylor, our Director of Administration, is just the backbone of the foundation. She is tremendously passionate about the scholarship program. That is her special love. And I know just, years worth of undergraduates have interacted with her and the scholarship program. And also she loves talking to our more senior brothers as well when they call in, and just a joy all the time. And newer to the foundation staff, we have our senior philanthropic advisor, Brother Jay Riemenschneider, 91 of the Beta Alpha at Miami.
Yep.
Jay takes a tremendous amount. So I'm based. The fraternity staff is largely based in Indianapolis. The foundation staff is sort of distributed so we can go visit with folks. And Jay does a lot of the upper Midwest. You've seen him at Great Lakes Founders and around Chicago and Philadelphia, DC. And it's easy for me to get from Atlanta to New York. So so I've got a larger network up in New York as well. But Jay Riemenschneider just does a wonderful job, tells a wonderful story. And of course, Foundation President Alex Senchak is everywhere, everywhere, all the time. I believe last week he was both in DC and his home in Boston and in Seattle, and also like he was going to be in Indianapolis or West Lafayette as well. Yep. The man does not stop, which is great.
I would like to put it, he's what we call a full-time volunteer. But absolutely, he goes above and beyond. And you're 100% right. Like, I can't talk about our staff and not mention him. I mean, we have a lot of volunteers who are doing a lot, but he is a full-time volunteer.
Yeah. I see some pledges of gifts in the chat even, which is always exciting. Let me go check those standings one more time. I know how I wanted to close. I wanted to see if we've got read a couple of those memorial and honor gifts that we had from yesterday, because that was so moving.
Well, as you're pulling that up, I'll also I'm going to be reaching out to brothers in different areas, but in the coming weeks, I plan to be out in the eastern Pennsylvania area, and hopefully stopping by Lehigh and University of Pennsylvania, and then down to Virginia again. Hopefully doing a bit of a get-together in Richmond with the number of alums, but stopping by and saying hello to the Phi Delta at Mary Washington, the Phi Beta at William and Mary, and then our new group, or our new restart, the Phi Nu down at Christopher Newport University. So looking forward to that in the coming week. And then after that, I get to go to most Psi U things, but there is one annual dinner that I just have never had the chance to get to, and I'm thrilled this year I'm going to be able to be there and join our brothers at the University of British Columbia, the Zeta Zeta Founders Day. I'm very much looking forward to being out there and for the first time ever being able to be present for that event.
Very, very cool. We also have, so just to put a couple, every gift is very awesome and very meaningful and helps the foundation, the fraternity, continue the work of supporting our brothers, undergraduates, all the way up through our social impact fellows and with other things. We've got a new memorial site we're working on to help memorialize our brothers who have passed. But I wanted to share some of the gifts that people make during the days of giving in honor of our brothers. So from the ADA, we have in memory of Ryan Vernoy, from Marty Diamond. And Tom, feel free to jump in if you're familiar with any of these brothers.
Ryan, his passing was tragic. He's a past Archon. Many of our volunteers from the ADAs, I want to say Ryan would have been in class about 09. I might be off by a year or two there, but I was actually at an event, the AFA, Association of Fraternity Advisors meeting, when I learned about it, and the people who worked in the Greek Life office at Lehigh were at my table, and he had graduated a year or two before, and I mentioned I just found that out, and they still remembered Ryan for all he did for ADA. Truly a standout leader and brother, and he is very, very missed.
Yeah. And then we've got from John Sinkowski. Sorry, the gear shift might feel abrupt sometimes, but I just want to name some names, because John Sinkowski of the Epsilon Nu, in honor of Eric Floor. Don't know Eric, but I know John well. He is one of our dedicated road warriors for the Executive Council, and I've seen him all over the country.
Absolutely.
Jay Riemenschneider put in an honor gift in honor of Mitch Wilson. And then here's a Omicron. Andrew Haining had a gift in memory of Dean Haining.
Yep. Dean Haining was Drew's father. Drew's one of my pledge brothers, one of my close friends. And both his uncle Dwayne and his father Dean were members of the Omicron chapter, and sadly Dean passed away a few years ago.
That's one thing that will never cease to amaze me and impress me, are the Sayu families. Some of them into their sixth generations.
Yep.
There are some old Sayu families, brothers. I'll tell you that. We had a gift from Ian Rowan of the IOTA in honor of Dick Penn.
Oh, and Ian's helping lead the IOTA Alumni Association, as we're looking for a way to restart at Gambier, and he's kept that torch alive for a number of years. Ian really has gone above and beyond, and quite frankly, it's been the man. And Ian will be upset. I think he's been alumni president for almost 20 years now. He's been doing some great work for the IOTA and for SIU.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, brothers, Tom and I could sit here and reminisce through these for a good long time, and we'll put together a nice little post that has them all as a roll-up sometime in the next week, just to give the quotes and the in-jokes. It's really common for people when they make donations to also put in, the Gamma Tau talking about their fighting force of extraordinary magnitude, for those of you that are Kentucky Fried Movie fans. Boil her up and hammer down. And I don't know what the Illini say, Tom. What?
ILL.
ILL. Well, brothers, thank you for spending a little time with us. Make a gift today of any amount to support your chapter in the Days of Giving. It will be very much appreciated. Last I checked, we were in the double digits away from our goal for number of donors for the year, which is or during the event, which is always a nice thing to hit. And I don't know, might come at you live sometime at 10 p.m. tonight, do some SIU late night or something. But for now, I'm going to let all these fine folks get back to work, and I'm going to answer the stack of emails that have come in just in the last 40 minutes or so. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan.